Welcome to Our Best Self. Here we share stories and experiences to grow healthy habits and practices that will lead to both your happiness and success, personally and professionally. Come with us to explore mental strength, happiness, health, business success, and the gamut at large. Welcome to Our Best Self. Today I want to talk about the process and the grind and the hustle and what it takes for you to really push through your goals and achieve and get those results. Now, what is enjoying the process? Enjoying the process is finding and pulling happiness in the work that we're doing day in and day out. At its best, we are happiest when we're doing work that we enjoy above all else. That means, and that can dive into our training, that can dive into the work we do every day. Imagine if you were not focused on the finish line of getting abs or losing that 20 pounds, but instead, every time you worked out, you had a great time. You were working out with friends. You enjoyed sweating a little bit, the challenge, trying new things. And every day you did it. And every day you enjoyed it. And as a result, you actually will achieve your goal. But if you enjoy the process, the work, and the day in and day out activities that create the result you desire, become less of a job, a chore, or pressing work, and instead they become something we passionately enjoy, that we seize, that we want to do more often. And what that means is, from a fitness perspective, that if you enjoy the process, meaning that you're working out in an environment that builds you up, that has a community that embraces you, where you feel better when you walk out than when you walked in, 3, 6, 12 months later, you will hit so many new success milestones that you didn't even write them down. Your goal was, I want to get and train, and I want to train with good people, and I want to enjoy that hour. That is my hour. And when you think about that, it will make us better each time. If you enjoy and passionately seek out the process, then the work involved to achieve the goals, that work is actually what we're enjoying. All the gains, all the results, all the markers of success and progress become our achievement, meaning we made it to the gym, we made it to our training, so therefore we were successful. That was the finish line. And if you're thinking about fitness, that is a perfect scenario. That makes it a lifestyle. That makes it something that you can sustain. Now apply that to what you're doing as a profession, as a job, if you will. Do you love the process, the day in and day in work? We always hear accountants and those that are in the math field loving the grind and calculation work. That is a perfect position for somebody who loves that. But if you're a creative artist and if you want to make things and draw things out, then that work, that day in and day out process as an accountant is not the right fit. So when we think about our careers and our professions, think less about where you're trying to go. I'm trying to become this, I'm trying to become that. And think more of, what are the daily habits that create the success of those that are doing what I love and or want to do more at a bigger scale, right? So if you think about it from that perspective and you chase the behaviors, the habits, the work that these folks are doing, does that work match to you? Too often, when we're coming out of high school, we pick careers based on a board on where is the job growth going to be. And we lose and detach ourselves from our passions and that which we can do and where we align better. And it takes us out of enjoying the process. And that is why when you think about it, think back to college in those 4 years. Think back to the classes where you enjoyed them. And then those that you struggled, and you watch that clock go and you're like, how is this still the same hour? I had those classes. I remember taking a class where it was about the weather, and then it was about like rocks. And while it was interesting, I was dying. And then I was in an English grammar class, and I couldn't understand all of the nuances around the rules of grammar. I just struggled. I struggled and struggled. It was a horrible, horrible experience for me, and it really hurt my confidence and myself, and it actually pushed me back 10 years from ever writing anything. And now I love it, right? So the school and structure of the grammar in the class destroyed my enjoyment of the process of writing around grammar. But then I think to other classes like psychology, not my major, a class I added. I loved this class to understand the human psyche, the how the human brain and how context and anchoring and all these different psychological concepts land at the human level. It were incredible. I just soaked it up, and I see it everywhere today. And I can pull on these threads of where I was enjoying the process, the topic, the discussion, the type of work, the idea that building is a joy I have, creating, operating something that's already been made. Very challenging for me. It's hard for me actually to even have energy in those situations. So when we enjoy the process, whether it's a career, it's a job choice, it is what you're doing around training and fitness or your hobbies, be sure you enjoy the process, the creating, because one, that is how you're going to get better, see maximum rewards and return on investment for your time, whether that is being measured by dollars, by production of art, or whatever you're measuring it by. But be sure you're focused on that process. There is no finish line. If you focus on the finish line, you'll never finish. You'll be simply below average in your performance because you won't put the time and the energy, the consistency, and have the resiliency through tough times to succeed. So I hope this helps you wherever you are, whatever you're chasing. I really feel that for anyone who's looking to change careers, thinking about the process and the mechanics and the habits around those different careers and what they do in them, right? No matter how technology transforms our lives and wherever you work in the world, those elements of that work is the same. If you create, you need to create, and there's certain daily habits that you'll embrace. Health is the same. You just have to give it that hour, but you have to find an environment that encourages and draws and gives you strength to be persistent in that process. So apply this, enjoy your day, your process, and I wish you nothing but happiness and health and success in what you are chasing today.